I want you to take a minute. Look at your driver's license. Do you see a black or gold star in that top right corner? If you do, you're all good to go.
Even posing for a little hug with a news reporter. What we're seeing today is just an exciting change in downtown Macon, a new age being born, shall we say, and in just a few hours we're going to see it all come down. They are bringing the boom here on New Year's Day. Hey, Gloria, Ruth, yeah, good evening. It's been a very crazy last hour here at the Bibb County Law Enforcement Center. 3 of our team members received calls about a stabbing in the jail, and we're independently verifying right now how many were involved.
Negroes were first brought to America in 1620.
When England legalized slavery, both in England and the colonies and America. We can't see it, got the pink pants on, got the pink shoes on, but I don't see any pink over here from the Shapiro family. They're, okay, pink nails. They're coming from Ocala, Florida. It's their first time out here at the Cherry Blossom. Guys, how are you liking it so far? 5-star stadium right here on Mercer University's campus was set to be the original location. You can see some of the boards sitting right behind me where the chairs were going to go, but on Friday afternoon, the university made the decision to switch it from right here to across town at the Macon Coliseum. And Fisher told me that violations caught by those red speed cameras are going to be $75, but no points on your license. If you are caught by an officer, though, those fines might be higher. But some may be wondering, where does that money go? Annette Sheely lives in Lake Wildwood with 7 children of her own.
Who am I missing? Moochie? Yep.
That is 4-legged children.
Okay. What else I got to do? I won't go anywhere.
Sheely is legally blind, which can make it difficult to get around. While she doesn't have a service dog to assist her,
I live by myself. I have no family. I rely on paratransit, and that's how I get my dogs to the vet.
but recent policy changes to the MTA's Paratransit Rider Handbook is turning Sheely's world upside down. In Section 4 of February's updated manual, it states that emotional support or comfort animals are not considered service animals by the U.S. Department of Transportation's ADA requirements. So what are you going to do now? I mean, now that dogs aren't allowed on...
That is very scary for me. That's like if I had kids and I couldn't get my kids to the doctor.
The updated guide that passed 3 months ago is 73 pages long. Much different than the MTA's previous rider handbook.
Short and sweet. This is the rules. This is how you apply. This is what it encompasses, and this is what we allow.
While the definition of comfort animals remains the same, previously the MTA allowed non-service animals to ride the bus if they remained in small cages or kennels. Sheely shared an email that she sent to MTA CEO Craig Ross on Wednesday expressing her disappointment with these changes. Ross replied, stating in part, quote, "Our paratransit division will be honored to take you any place you need to go within our service area, but not your pet to the vet. You have other options available to carry your pet to the veterinarian." Sheely said she's thankful for the services the MTA does offer. However,
the world works better with kindness and sensitivity, not with arbitrary and adversarial rules that are just meant to dissuade riders. And in my opinion, they're trying to thin the herd because they're overcrowded.
She wants more people to speak up.
And I know how to pick my battles. And I know when to be a voice, but a lot of people don't. And I think they're counting on that.
And this was something that definitely that helped.
David Barwick co-owns Apparel Authority on Eisenhower Parkway, and he's no stranger to working in West Macon.
We love the old mall. I worked in the mall, met my wife in the Macon Mall. We worked at Champs Sporting Goods.
And when the amphitheater was built right down the road, something changed.
The gym across the road, Planet Fitness, has been redone and updated, and it looks great. A lot of the buildings in the area have had updating, and it's just brought a lot of value to the area.
The Atrium Health Amphitheater celebrated its first anniversary back in March, and in its first year, 22 events happened in the gates behind me. But how has West Macon benefited from this new facility? Spending associated with the amphitheater exceeded $20 million in the community That's according to the ownership group Oakview. But one statistic stands out to district manager David Aiello: more than 100,000 visitors in the first year.
You think about the amount of foot traffic that was in West Macon prior. I don't know what that would have been in that area.
That may sound like music to the ears, but with a capacity of 12,000 and just 2 sellouts with under what they claim as capacity, the average for the other 20 concerts is roughly 4,000 attendees. Aiello also claims that new businesses opened up in West Macon in year 1.
GFS, Gordon Food Service, is opening literally right behind the amphitheater, where I think it was an old movie theater or something along those lines. It's right by the Firestone.
And Barwick's new neighbor, Preferred Collision Specialist, opened up inside of an old Chuck E. Cheese. That's the 4th auto body shop that's within a mile and a half of the mall's radius.
You look back on 5 years, you're going to continue to just see more businesses pop up, and more people want to be involved in that location.
Barwick also feels that there are some missing pieces to the puzzle.
Restaurants, we definitely need some good restaurants over here. I hope a hotel may be in the works at some point, because that would be really good to go to a show and be able to walk back over to the hotel.
Aiello said a future goal is to have 25 to 30 events at the venue, which he believes is, quote, very realistic based on the feedback they received from their rookie season. What is the secret to a perfect pancake? Albert Hood with Dublin's Exchange Club has it down to a science.
We don't want to get them too thick. We want to be thin, and you put them on, let them bubble just a little bit, flip them over.
Every March for the past 50 years, he's been at Dublin Middle School, flipping pancakes for their largest fundraiser of the year.
Exchange Club, when I joined, was only 16 members, and we've grown at one point to over 100 members. The service projects that we do for the community, it was a good way for me to plug in and do more than I could do by myself.
And Rob East is following in the footsteps of his grandfather, who was a member cooking at the first ever pancake supper. On Thursday, he stood over one of the original grills that was used by the Exchange Club.
Yeah, these grills here, these are they were modified since the first original ones. They've been kind of adapted to make it a lot faster. When they first started cooking, I think they were cooking like 4 at the time, and so now we're cooking around probably 25 and 30. So it's come a long way since 1965.
And they needed all the reinforcements they could get. Thousands of Lawrence County residents piled into the middle school's gym and cafeteria, with many more taking these breakfast goodies to go. For hours, grills kept churning out pancakes, and stacks of to-go trays kept vanishing. Dublin residents like Richard Moore and his mom seemingly couldn't get enough.
They're definitely fluffy.
And from Philly.
Yeah.
Very good.
I'm really full.
I have 4.
How many did you have?
6.
And we got a bunch to go.
He's only lived in Dublin for 3 years.
Well, the pancakes is my favorite. It really is.
But he's marking his calendar for next year already. And for veterans like Albert Hood,
Well, it's just the people coming out and just seeing folks that you hadn't seen in a while, and the camaraderie of my fellow exchange-ites getting together, and just we have a good time doing this.
after 50 years, he still doesn't bubble under pressure. On the road in Dublin, William Bazzone for WGXA News.